So the new GTA Online update is upon us, and I'm happy to say that the payout changes this week are an absolute banger. In this video, I'll be showing off the best money methods currently available and exhibiting a way of making $1 million an hour completely solo. With a lot of top-notch bonuses to be had, whether you're experienced or new to the game, there's something in it for everyone, so let's get into it. The event has been dubbed Pilot Week, but that's far from the biggest attraction in my opinion, with the real jewel in the crown being 2 times money and RP on the Dr. Dre contract. And honestly, I couldn't recommend anything more. The payout on these missions is already good on a normal day, but with the bonuses applied, you're set to make a whopping $2 million. To get started, you will of course need to buy an agency if you don't own one already. They can be purchased from Dynasty 8 executives starting at around $2 million, which isn't cheap, but they're one of the best money-making operations in the game and are totally worth the investment. But if you're struggling for money, make sure you stick around because this week's bonuses also include a lot of opportunities for new players, which I'll be covering later in the video. Once you own an agency though, you'll need to work your way through a couple of introductory setups provided by Franklin, but eventually you'll be given access to the computer where you'll be able to select missions for completing the rest of the Dr. Dre contract. There are 3 sections that you need to work through: the Nightlife League, the High Society League, and the South Central League. Each of those sections contains 3 missions for a total of 9, with a final 2 missions at the end once you complete all of those. Not including the intro stuff, that comes to a total of 11 missions that you'll need to finish before getting paid the $2 million. But a lot of them are pretty simple, much like setups for a heist, and in a lot of cases they can be made substantially easier by using an armoured vehicle like a Kuruma or even an oppressor in some situations. Once you get a few practice runs in and start to learn the layout of the missions and the enemies, you should be able to get all of them done in around 2 hours. Some get it done in less time, some in a little more, but even if it does take you a bit longer, that $2 million payout is going to make it all worthwhile. The best part is, it can be done completely solo. The missions can be a bit challenging at first though, so make sure that you take your time and bring plenty of armor and snacks. But if you're struggling for cash and can't quite afford the agency yet, one thing you definitely want to check out this week are the Junk Energy Skydives. These have been a decent source of money for new players ever since they released, but for this week only, they're offering up a 2 times money and RP bonus. And honestly, they're a lot of fun as well. There's a good variety of jumps, and it's always nice to switch things up and do something different. You can find them on your map shortly after loading into the game, where you'll be given a choice of 10 locations that will change every real-life day, and get marked off with a tick as you complete them. Upon arrival, you'll either see a Junk Energy promotional stand on the side of the road, or just a parachute bag if it happens to be at a remote location. You definitely don't want to sleep on these jumps though. Completing all 10 will award you with 100k, and completing all 10 with a gold medal will earn you an additional 100k. Then when you add the 10k that you make from each of the 10 jumps, that's an insane total of 300k. Granted, if you already own an agency or a bunch of other businesses, your time might be better spent elsewhere, but this is a solid option for anyone needing some quick cash without any strings attached. Another bonus that might be worth considering if you're new to the game is over at the flight school near the airport in Los Santos. You can find it over here at the very bottom of the map, and it's available to everyone at every level and doesn't cost a penny. Once inside, you'll be presented with a menu and a series of challenges for you to complete. They all vary in difficulty, and they tend to get harder as you work your way down. The challenges serve a couple of purposes. Not only can they be a decent source of money and RP for new characters, but it's also one of the best ways of raising your flying stat. Out of all of the bonuses this week though, this is one of the weaker ones, so I'd really only advise it if you like the look of them or you need the stat boost. But if you want a break from all the free roam activities and mission grinding, you might want to consider the Stockpile Adversary mode, which also has a 2 times money and RP bonus for the rest of the week. It's a good bit of fun if you enjoy flying planes, and with the bonus in effect, you hopefully shouldn't have any trouble finding a match. But luckily, the bonuses don't stop just yet, and there's another 2 times money and RP bonus on the regular old school time trial, where you can earn an impressive 200k for your troubles. This is something I've covered a lot in the past, but ultimately your best bet is using the fastest bike you have to help facilitate with shortcuts and bad traffic. You can find it on your map by looking for this little clock symbol, and its randomized location will change once every week when the event rolls over. This week's spawn is a bit challenging though, and I decided to test myself by using a car, and it was a truly terrible idea. I don't know why I feel the need to punish myself by setting stupid challenges like this, but make sure that you learn from my pain and pick a fast bike instead, or at least something that handles better than a fat cat sliding on a polished floor. So after breaking it down, I'd say that this event week is an absolute cracker. I saw a lot of people criticizing it, but man, there's some serious money to be made for everyone, so I really don't get the hate. For anyone that needs a quick recap, you can see that we've got 2x money and RP on free mode events, the Dr. Dre contract, Junk Energy Skydives, Flight School, Time Trials, and the Stockpile Adversary mode, plus a random 20% discount on hangers, which didn't really feature elsewhere, but there you go. But that pretty much draws us to a close. If you found the video useful, tapping the like button really does help out a lot. Plus, if you're new to the channel and you enjoy making money in GTA Online, be sure to go ahead and subscribe as well. I create weekly money guides every time a new update goes live, and you don't want to miss out on all of my top-notch tips and tricks. But until we meet again, you bunch of legends, I am Red Nitrate, and I'll catch you on the next one.